Salaki, sir, nobility, people in high position.
Right, people in power.
Right.
Right, your politicians, right, your candidates, your congressmen, the police department. People, that's why they're considered princes. They're people in high places, places of power and authority. And what do I mean by that? Because people will go, well, y'all in power and authority, right? They'll say, that's the first thing that they'll say. We can't pull you over and give you a ticket. That's power and authority, right? Because the next line says, give me the next line after that.
In whom there is no help.
Nor in the Son of Man.
Oh, Salaki.
And whom, no, you're good. In whom there is no help. You put a lot of your stock and your bond into these politicians, the president, your police department, your Congress, your chairman, all these people who cannot help you at all. And this is where we differ from them, okay? Here's where we differ. We can help you get out of the condition that you're in, and the princes of this particular world that we are in now, this captivity, cannot.
Right.
They can't. Because how can they do it if they don't follow the law? They follow the law of the land.
Right.
But that's not going to help you get out of your predicament. It's not going to help you get out of poverty. It's not going to help you stop you from having anxiety and paranoia and looking behind you every time a goddamn cop shows up. But when you know who your enemy is, which you learn in here, it better prepares you for what's outside, because you gain a new sense of strength and a new sense of integrity in a way. You go, damn, I know who my enemy is. It used to be a time where I thought my enemy looked like y'all. Now, most of us came in like that.
Right.
Oh man, that nigga, man, I don't like this. I don't like him. Oh man, F that chick, man, F that bitch, man. This whole time we've been taught that. We've been taught that we're the enemy. I said that at camp. When we talk about the crabs in the barrel, it is a overused and overbloated metaphor and analogy that black people use till this day. We talk about the crabs in the barrel, and we say, well, we tearing each other down, as opposed to looking at who threw us in the barrel.
Right.
Isn't that not the enemy? Just think of a slave ship. Who threw us on the boat? Yet we're fighting inside of it, sure. But we're not fighting the people who put us in the condition.
Right.
We're not going against it. That's slavery. That's slave mentality. In voting, if you continue to go out and vote and cast your vote and you got the right to vote, you're going to always have that mindset of crabs in the barrel, because you're looking for somebody else of another bloodline to save you. Read it again from the top.
Khan.
Yeah.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 146 and verse 3. Put not your trust in princes.
People in power, keep going.
Nor in the Son of Man.
Those people outside, go, keep going.
In whom there is no help.
Whom there is no help. There's no help. They're not coming to rescue you. They're not coming to save you. No matter who you vote for tonight, whether it be Warnock, Abrams, Colonel Abrams, it don't matter. They're not coming to save you, period.
Right.
At all. And if you don't believe me, whenever the next election is, if your votes and your dreams have not been fulfilled, come on down here to 3353 Glenwood Road. If they haven't been fulfilled, in which they won't, so I need to see y'all during the next election in here telling me that you voted and nothing happened. Because you vote for Congress people, and the reason why you're voting because you think that your tax dollars are going to pave your streets. You'll vote, they'll pave your streets, and then you're gentrified. They're not paving your streets because you voted. They're paving the way for another nation of people to get in your area. That's what gentrification is. It ain't by coincidence that the streets are broken like that. Neither is it a coincidence that they're coming to fix them. They're coming to fix them because they're moving you out. You never seen a broken street in the suburb. You never see garbage in the streets in the suburb.
Right.
You don't see that. They're preparing to gentrify your neighborhood to turn it into a suburb, and you voted for it. Versus not going down to the poll at all. That's where your power really is. Not going. Because if you don't vote, they're not showing up. They knock on your doors. Anybody had this? They knock on your doors and ask you if you're voting. Right? Go ahead, young man, Charles.
Khan. I just had this afternoon an older black woman with a Stacey Abrams shirt, right, and asked if I was voting.
Right.
And I was like, no, I'm not going.
What did she say? Why? Why not?
No, she was like, you don't want to cast your vote? And I was like, well, I put my trust in the Most High.
Right, Most High, correct.
And she said, well, that's your choice. And then, mind you, my rib was coming out the house at that moment.
Right.
And then she turned to her and was like, are you going to vote? I said, hold up. She just like me.
Right.
And we wanted the same.
We say no together as a unit.
We trust the Most High the same way. We gonna put trust in the Most High to take us out of any captivity, not of any man or woman.
That's what my vote going for.
Right.
Somebody says Salaki on the phone. My bad, Salaki. Go ahead, Mo. So. Yeah.
And they put up a little stoplight right there. I'm like, they're about to gentrify it.
I'm telling you, man.
So, they reclaimed that whole strip.
Yeah, that's what they.
I see more and more Edomites up in that area right now.
Yeah, you know they're coming when Starbucks shows up. When you see a Starbucks, I say this all the time because it's real. When you see Starbucks and Whole Foods, your time is ticking, man. You might as well get situated right now because they coming. Because black people don't drink no damn Starbucks. I didn't even know Starbucks. I didn't even know it was a thing until I seen it next to the Dunkin' Donuts. Why the hell do you need two coffee shops next to each other? Black people go to Dunkin' Donuts, man. Why do you need two coffee shops directly next to each other, man? Give me that again from the top and then read verse 4, because I want to illustrate a point.
Khan. The book of Psalms, chapter 146 and verse 3. Put not your trust in princes,
Right.
nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help.
4.
Verse 4. His breath goeth forth.
They're going to talk. They're going to talk. His breath go forth. He's going to be out there campaigning tonight, and that goes for the people campaigning for them. They're going to be talking all goddamn night. That breath going forward, man. Hey, did you go to vote? Hey, did you do this? Hey. Like, hey, leave me the hell alone.
Right.
Keep going.
Khan. He returneth to his earth.
Once you vote for that cracker, he's going back home. Wherever he's not from here. He's not from Decatur.
Right.
He's going back to Sandy Springs. Wherever he lives, he's returning back to his little land where he's from.
Right.
Believe me. Keep going.
Khan. In that very day,
Today, election day, keep going.
his thoughts perish.
Those thoughts that he had to help you, all that, whatever he said out of his mouth, after you vote, it has gone away.
That's cool.
He hasn't thought about it. He's not thinking about it. And this goes for Stacey Abrams too. No matter how much she jumps up and down at the goddamn, she was at somebody's concert. I forget, one of these chicks, one of these city girl type chicks, I don't know. But she up there jiggling and twerking and gyrating. And she's like, vote, it's popping there, vote. Come on. She's gonna go home, because she don't live here. She don't live in these impoverished streets. She's going home to her big house, and then she's gonna forget about anything she said. Hold on, Cassia, somebody says a lot. Go ahead. All right, no sweat. Cassia.
I'm gonna be finished, sir.
Okay, no sweat. Cassia, go ahead, bro.
What you just bringing out was also heavy about they going back to where they from.
Yeah.
You know, they'll come in on campaign. And it makes me think about, in my hometown of Chicago,
Right.
Back in the 80s, there was a woman who was a mayor who went and lived in one of the worst housing projects based in the country, and it was called Cabrini Green. And she went to live out there for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just so she can say, well, I lived out here to see what problems they're facing.
Right.
Wow.
So ultimately what she did was they moved out there, but what they did was they had round the clock security, and what they did was they made it a fortress to where there was one way in, one way out.
Right.
So that no one could get to her.
Right.
After they left it one way in, one way out, which made it a fortress for us to do whatever we wanted. But I say that to say that she went and stayed there for a couple weeks and then left. And I noticed that's like a campaign thing that they do.
Yeah.
Because this happened in other states where people say, well, I'm gonna come and stay in your community for a little bit to see what's going on.
Yeah.
What kind of garbage is that? Then you turn around and leave, like, oh, I went out there and did my good deed with the niggers.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they come up there. It's like the movie Candyman, right? Which also took place at the Cabrini Green projects, right? White woman showed up. She want to take pictures. You know, want to see what it's like being here. And then, you know, of course, what happened to her? She died. But Either way.
Most not incorrect.
Either way. Mama Saul, go ahead, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
No, you good, sir. I was going to say the same thing that Officer Kanye said, because that's what the mayor of College Park did, of South Fulton.
Yeah.
Or whatever that is.
Right.
Right. He had moved into, and the Camelot condominiums where I was staying at.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of his campaign promise, because Camelot is one of the worst parts in
Yeah.
College Park. So he went to stay there for like 6 months.
Right. That's a real
So
thing.
we was like, man, that ain't nothing but for show. Just like wrestling
Yeah.
has like the scripted match, you ride card.
If y'all seen where Mama Saw lives, man, Jesus Christ, let me tell you something, man. Mama Saw, we used to take Mama Saw home, right? Listen, man, I've been in the ghetto for a long time. I ain't never seen, it looked like a goddamn bomb had hit this place, man. That is a ghetto, brother.
But
Right.
That's a
they
ghetto.
root.
Yes, and these politicians, they'll go over there to exploit you and have the camera. Look at their condition. Hey, Mama Saw, let me ask you this: did they change that area, or is it still looking the same?
Nah, sir, it's still looking the same. The only thing they did was pave the, like I said, all they did was repave, Old National, the whole strip, put an island right there, and they built a, what do you call that?
Starbucks?
Captain D's.
Captain D's.
Captain D, there you go. See? They ain't doing nothing. They'll come into your neighborhood, man, and preach and talk, and then they're going right back to where they was. They're going right back, and those thoughts that they had, they perish. Give me the next verse. I think it's verse 5.
Come.
Stop it right quick, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
From what it looks, and from one of my roommates, he still lives there, he said it's gotten even worse.
It don't surprise me at all.
Wow.
It don't surprise me at all. Give me verse 5. Wait, hold on. Go ahead, brother.
I was just gonna say, like, back home where I come from, like the property taxes be low and shit, and make all them white folks get ready to buy they 5-10 years before the niggas even know what's going on. These white folks already know what it's gonna look like in 5 or 10 years from then, and they get to buying all them damn property up around there for a cheap price, and then before you know it, that's who's walking dogs around in the same neighborhoods. The niggas used to die on the same, in the same neighborhoods. The white folks, they be plotting on them little spots like that.
I'm telling you, man.
Right.
They start calling you. You don't know how the hell they got your phone number. Hey, you looking to sell your house? Why?
How?
How did you get my cell phone number?
Right.
How did you get my number? They come knocking on your, hey, we're just looking to see if you want to sell. Why? No, I'm not selling. I know what you're going to do. Yeah, make that lake across the street look nice. I'm not going nowhere.
Right.
I ain't going nowhere, man. But that's what they do. That brother is absolutely correct, man. They start taking those, you start seeing them jog. You're like, where the hell are you coming from? Then they walking dogs, just like when we at camp.
Right.
I've been to school for 6 years, man. I just started seeing them come down there.
Right.
They walking dogs, they jogging freely.
Right.
They looking at us like we're in the wrong neighborhood. Like, hey, what's all these black people doing here? They taking over, man. That's what they're gonna do. Give me verse 5.
Salaki, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I look at it as, cause in my neighborhood the same thing is happening.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, my property value must be going up.
You know what it is? Your property value is going up, and your value as a black man has gone down.
Right.
Not while you're in it, though.
While you're in the house, right? You are not of value, but that property is.
God, oh God.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 146 and verse 5. Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob
Mm-hmm.
for his help, whose hope is in Yahweh, his power.
That's where we need to be. Happy is he. I've never been so satisfied in my life than when I came in here. Because before I was in here, you talk about destroyed. And most of y'all know what that's like. All of us. We know what it was like prior to coming into class. And the Lord sent somebody to you with a phone number and said, hey man, get into class.
Right.
Get into class.
Right.
Get into class, sis. Get into class, because now that we're in here, we can see people that are destroyed. You can see it in their faces. It ain't even like It's not a foreign concept. When we be downtown and them cats be yelling at us and throwing stuff at us, we look at them, man, and we have mercy on them, which is why we don't beat them up. We fall on them, of course, but that's brotherhood for us not to beat you up. But we look at them like, man, this brother destroyed, man. This is a destroy, man. Like you have more empathy for your people when you turn to the Lord, because you turn to the Lord, you love your people more than anybody else. Go ahead,
Right. Salakia, sir.
Yeah.
It's heavy that you said that. On the way here today, I stopped at the store on my way here.
Yeah.
And one of the brothers that was scoffing something serious,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like a drunkard that was scoffing something serious to us at camp, and he was yelling in the glossolalia, the shabba dabba dabba ding dong and all that.
Yeah.
You know, he was yelling that like crazy
Yeah.
while we were down there. But when I was in the store and I saw him go in, and I was like, wow, that's that dude. And I remembered him. And when I went in there, he saw the shield.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, and he actually bowed to me. Versus when the word is coming out at camp, the demons are being pulled out of him.
Yes,
And then when he sees me off, you know, when nothing's being blazed on stage, then he's like, all right.
Yeah, it's different. Let me tell you this too. This is another heavy thing too for all of us who wear shields of David, right? It is a very, very dangerous but unique time to wear. We're not hiding who we are.
That's right.
We're not doing that. We're standing on our square, right?
Right.
But because we wear the shield of David, now, like I went to a gas station and all eyes were on this. The shield on this. They looking at it like, yo, this is, you know, Kanye said something about this. Kyrie mentioned this. But we've been here since 1969, so we ain't been nowhere. They know about who they are because we started it. We re-informed people and re-taught them who they actually were.
Right.
But now when we wear these shields of David, the way people look at us, man, they like, holy Christ. You thought when we go out to clubs, like cops, we go to clubs sometime and we wear our warlike apparel, people look at us in a whole different light. They look at the sisters in a whole different light because we are something separate from everybody else.
That's right.
And it's because of verse 5. Give me that again from the top.
Khan.
Yep.
Verse 5, happy is he that hath the power of Jacob, for his help is in Yahweh, his power.
That's where our hope is. It's not in politicians. And you Christians out there that are voting tonight, and you're going to have vodka and you're going to celebrate nothing. Your hope is not in the Most High. Your hope is not in him at all because you're choosing to put a politician above him. And the politician uses words like, yeah, in God we trust, God, what's that? God bless America. They always say that.
Right.
How is that he's going to bless America when he's going to send his son and the angels to destroy it?
Right.
How is that even possible? To imply that God is going to, go ahead, you got it.
If I may, precept, sir. I don't know if it was started since I came in late.
Let's hear it. I think we pulled that one. That's the one about, yeah, we pulled that one, 17 to 15. Good work though, but that's the one we pulled earlier. Ain't no sweat. But yeah, that's where our hope is, man. Our hope is in that power right there because that's the only thing that's gonna get us out of that captivity. Like for example, when we go down and feed the homeless, right? And Kasia, you notice for example, when we down there, when we show up, those people's eyes light up, right? Because they realize, because by the way we look, there is somebody other than a goddamn pastor coming down there wearing purple and taking pictures of them, right? They know something else is happening. We down there taking roll call, seeing what they need, and we make this a mission once a month. We give them enough supplies to last them. And then we have sisters and brothers who donate. Most High in Christ for that. Get that sister hand. Right. She right there. Yeah. Donating stuff so that way we can help these people. They, of course, have too voted once in their life, but look at the damn condition that they're in.
Right.
Look at them. So if you're telling me that they voted for change in 2008, and they voted for, what was Biden's slogan? Who the hell knows? If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I remember he said that.
Right.
You ain't black.
You ain't black if you don't vote for me.
That's lucky, sir.
He didn't say that about white folk. You ain't. Go ahead, Cassia.
He also said we look like little roaches.
Yeah, we look like roaches. Yeah, pull that video too. I want it up on the screen because he called us super predators, didn't he? And him and Hillary Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
See, anybody find that video on your phone, man? Joe Biden calling black people super predators. It's on YouTube. I got it on my screen now anyway. But yeah, man, look at them. Go ahead, you got it.
Don't forget, he also said he didn't want his kids going to school with roaches.
Come on, man. Yeah, Cassia just brought it out. Yeah, called us little roaches. Yeah. That's the president y'all voted for. Congratulations, black people. You made this whole big change because you saw this white devil hanging with Obama, and you thought, hey, I like Obama. I must like him. When he's calling you a roach and a super predator. He said that when he had hair. He said it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 93 or something like that. He said that. But you forgot about that. And you think this cat is here to help you? Come on, man. If you think that you are a fool, go ahead. Someone says login. All right, no sweat. Give me that next verse, young man Charles.
Come.
Yep.
Verse 6. Which made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that therein is.
All that therein is. Go ahead, keep going.
Which keepeth truth forever.
We keep the truth forever because a lot of people will go, well, what about the UPK, man? What about the UPK? It says, and all that therein is.
Right.
Which keepeth truth forever.
Right.
That's why we call ourselves the home of the truth, because we keep it.
That's right.
We're not just throwing it away. It ain't this thing where it's convenient for us. It's hard to live a lifestyle of righteousness. It ain't easy. It ain't. I understand if you want to give up hope and go, oh, man, I can't give up weed. I can't cut my dreads. But your Christian pastor, your religious leaders, they don't keep no truth at all. They've been lying to you since the beginning of time, and yet because black people are so impoverished, we'll believe any dream that they'll sell us. We'll believe any dream. For example, I'll give you a perfect example. Koreans sell beauty to black women.
That's right.
It's called a goddamn beauty supply store, meaning they supply you with beauty. Why? Because you dream about being beautiful. Because you're in a low condition, you think you're not beautiful, and they sell it to you.
Right.
In a store for a price. They sell them beauty. How else do they trick you? Here you go, tarot cards, right? Ouija boards, crystal balls. You look into a crystal ball, and I haven't been to one of these people in God knows how long, but anybody online or in the room want to school me on it, let me know. They look into a crystal ball, they throw some tarot cards down and tell you that, hey, you're in luck. I see greatness in your future. They don't tell you when, don't know how. And with sisters, they tell you the exact thing that you want to hear. They'll go, oh, this card means love. Ooh, you're going to get love and wealth soon. You can get $1 tomorrow and you believe it. Like, damn, she was right. This nigga texted me last night. Damn, that lady was right. Chicken bones, they throw a chicken bone. You can get tarot cards at Toys R Us. You can get a Ouija board at Toys R Us. You mean to tell me that a device that talks to the spiritual realm is sold at a Toys R Us for $8? It's sold at a toy store. It's a toy. It's no different from spades, playing cards, Uno. But they sell us hope.
That's right.
And they sell us a dream. Because dreams are the things that we want to be fulfilled. Here's the biggest dream that we need to be fulfilled. We dream to be perfect. We dream to be righteous. That's what we look for in here. But with a dream, if you see something that you want, you gotta go get it. You can envision something that you want to strive toward. Nobody's selling that to us in here. But what we do is we teach people how to be the opposite of what they are. That's what we do. Hey man, you want to come off of drugs? You want to come off of heroin? You want to come off of that? Here's what you need to do. You'll never hear a brother go, hey man, if you want to stop smoking weed, why don't you come in here, bro? There's no, oh no, I'm sorry. We don't talk like that in here. People come with a problem, which is how they even got in here in the first place. Most brothers, we come in because we have problems with a sister in the world. Somebody yipping and yapping, and then you heard a class like, damn, he said that to us. Yeah, we checking both. And the man, we chastise both. Well, your politicians don't do that because they don't care.
Right.
Keep going.
Con. Verse 7.
Yep.
Which executeth judgment for the oppressed.
What does that mean? What does execute mean?
To carry out, Salakia.
To carry out. And the judgment for the oppressed. We do the work that's needed in order for the oppressed to feel happy, just like we talked about in verse 5. When you look towards the Lord, which is in here, we give you the tools that you would need in order to get out of that mentality of oppression.
That's right.
We know we're oppressed people, right? But we're in here so that way we could get Christ to return to take us out of this goddamn captivity.
Right.
That's the whole point. When we talk about Zephaniah 2:1, it says, gather yourselves together, ye gather yourselves together, O nation not desired.
Right.
That's an order. That's why we do it. Churches don't do that. They divide the people. The Republican Party doesn't do it. They divide the people.
Right.
The damn Democrats don't do it. They divide the people.
Right.
And here's how heavy it is. This is the proof of that. They keep talking about the House. This whole taking control of the House. Even their House is divided.
Right.
It's divided between Democrats and Republicans. And any of them stupid ones in between, which don't mean nothing. Liberals, you either on the left side or the right. Who cares? Nobody cares about all them little ones that's in there. But even their house is divided.
Right.
So you think by voting that your house is not going to be divided? It's going to be unified? How? If their house is divided. It's an asinine thing to believe. Keep going.
Which giveth food to the hungry.
Which giveth food to the hungry. There's 120 cases of water back there.
Right.
72 Pop-Tarts. Tiana, what else was back there? You know, some wipes, anything which giveth food to the hungry. And it's not only a precept describing the homeless department and what we do. How else can we give food to the hungry? Anybody hungry for knowledge, we give it to them.
Right.
We're not allowed to turn you away. The only way you can turn away is if you want to turn away. When people come up to us and say, hey, can you break this down? I need to understand this. We feeding you because you're hungry for knowledge.
Right.
That's why we are in the position that we are in, and this is why we love to do what we love to do. That homeless department, those missions that we go on, it ain't just for feeding people. It's not for social media and Facebook, because the hell with that. We're trying to gain our people out of that condition. No different from people that are in prison, because we have prison programs as well. Keep going on that verse to prove it.
Khan. Yahweh looseth the prisoners.
Looseth the prisoners, man. We have a prison program as well, where we do the same thing like the homeless department. We go in there and talk to brothers and sisters all the time, so that way we can help loosen a little bit of these chains that have you confound in there.
Right.
There are brothers that I know right now that are officers of 500 in jail. Went through Hebrew Academy and everything, in jail. And they would not have been able to do that if it wasn't for the Lord's chosen people in this particular school right here doing the work that the Lord ordered us to do.
Right.
That's why we're here. Name a pastor that has a prison program and a food program and any type and free counseling sessions where anybody can call you in the middle of the goddamn night to express to you whatever it is, and we give them wise counsel based off the Bible, whatever it is. That's all night. Phones operate all night long, phone bills through the goddamn roof, because this job is not from 8 to 5. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Go ahead, Kasi, I saw your hand up.
You know, what you said was heavy once again, because when you're looking at the prison program, and not to get too far away,
No, you go.
but you can't, the pastor can't preach or teach the prisoner anything, because he can't say anything to the prisoner about his year of increase.
Right.
It's your time of increase.
Right.
You about to sow a seed while you're in prison.
Right.
They can't tell you that.
Right.
So if they can't tell you that, what can you do for them? The prisoner can't send them no tithes. If there was a way for him to do,
He
send
would.
them prison tithes
Right.
to them.
Right.
And then I can tell you what you're gonna get.
Right.
But they can't do anything for them.
Right. They can't do nothing for them, man. You can't, because a politician and a pastor can't understand your predicament, because they think that they're high and mightier than you. They feel like invincible in a way, which is why you can never get a hold of your pastor to ask him a goddamn question. You'll get the little men in the middle, And even then, I got to talk to Pastor. I got to talk. They never answer you directly. Neither does a damn politician. If you listen on social media, I've sent out requests to every mayor of every goddamn city in this area, right? Now, the purpose for that is so that way I can see and know at all times what they're doing as far as like food programs and whatever it is, right? Oftentimes I may reach out to them to see if we can invite ourselves and, just rub shoulders with the politicians so that way we can present an idea that has never been presented to the elected officials. They will not respond at all. Once they see me and my goddamn Native American headpiece, they like, nope.
Right.
They usually think I'm a part of the goddamn village people, which is something that's retarded. I mean, that's kind of stupid, but they think I'm part of that. They think it's a Halloween outfit, but then they see the Shield of David, they go, no. But I thought you were for the people. Are we not a part of the goddamn people?
Right.
Why aren't you with us? Because we're a certain type of people.
That's right.
That's why. Keep going.
Come. Verse 8. Yahweh openeth the eyes of the blind.
You can say the Lord.
Oh, Salaki.
Yeah, purpose of the class, yeah.
Salaki. The Lord openeth the eye of the blind.
I just said that. I just said it. When you come in here, and I'm gonna ask a couple of y'all brothers because the Lord openeth up the eyes, right? The minute you start getting here, right, what are some of the things that start to happen to you? Anybody want to take a crack at it? What starts happening?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
If we want to look at it on the side of going through that fire,
Yeah.
Your family starts to turn their back on you.
They start to turn their damn back on you, right? When you were living disgusting, everybody loved you. The minute you start turning your face toward the Lord, everybody hates you. And then you start to see it and question it because the Lord is now opening your eyes to make you understand that they're with you when you're doing bad, and they actually condone it. The minute you're doing everything in this book and you're following the law, here they come. Oh, you changed. Oh, you different. You used to have fun, Dad. You used to have. They start turning on you. It's a real thing. And as far as opening up your eyes too, you'll see things differently. There was a cat, I stopped at the gas station to buy this damn Fanta. There was a homeless brother outside. And you could tell he's in a really terrible condition, right? He's asking people for food, not money. This is right here on Candler Road, that BP. I'm walking in, he said, hey man, can anybody help me out with some food? Black people walking through the goddamn door, not saying nothing to him. I go in there and buy 2 honey buns. Mind you, I haven't eaten all day. But I'd rather buy it for him than for me.
Right.
Because my eyes are open. Before in the world, what do? We walk right past us. Pretend like we don't even hear him.
Right.
Nah, man, I ain't got no cash on me, man. I ain't got no change, nothing like that. Why don't you get a job? And you can't get a damn job. Would you hire him? Looking like that, smelling like that? Christian pastor and politician, would you hire him? Would you have him on the payroll doing work in your church or in your office? No, you won't. But you'll tell him to get a job, but you won't help him get a job. But our eyes are open now. We used to look at him as a bum. We look at him as a brother who is in a terrible, terrible living condition.
That's right.
Cassiel first, and I'm going to go to you, Charles.
Come.
Go ahead, Cassiel.
Continue to bring out some heavy points on the one,
Right.
because it makes you look at the Christian church. And one of the things that I was just thinking about a couple of days ago is how much I appreciate the truth in the sense that the church doesn't teach you what it is to love.
Right.
So when you come into this truth, not only do you know what it is to love, you learn what it is to forgive.
Yeah.
You learn what it is to have compassion.
Right.
And once you're doing that, you become a better, for myself, since I'm a man, I become a better father, a better son,
Right.
a better brother.
Right.
And I'm a better overall person because I now understand the value of how I'm moving, being in this truth. But in Christianity, you are not taught what it is. So everything's a feeling.
Right.
Now it's an understanding that you operate in.
Right.
That's right. Most on press. Go ahead, Charles.
That's right.
Cassiel, plug this up for me, Cassiel, right here, because I don't want to jump down. Go ahead, Charles. I know you said something.
Sir. In terms of opening the eyes of the blind, it was almost like coming into the truth for me was like, imagine if I was blind for years and doing things a certain way as a blind man, and then opening my eyes and seeing, hey, I'm dirty.
Right.
I'm filthy.
Right.
I need to do this. I need to clean this up. I need to look at myself. And that was the first thing that I believe somebody who was blind would do, is like, let me look at my hands. Let me look right at myself and
Right.
see the condition that I'm in.
Right.
And then improve that day after day after
Right.
day. And that's what the ISUPK offers you.
Right.
It's that eye-opening experience to say, look at yourself and now clean yourself.
Right. And we provide it because the Lord wants us to provide it.
That's right.
That's why we do it. Go ahead, you got it.
One of my biggest things I want when I came into the truth was not when I was not dealing with no hoes or dealing with any just because she was fine, any type of woman that just came along.
Right. Right. That's also a real thing. We can't be how we were in the world because you are no different from the people in the world if you're going to still be that. You're no different. You have to be better. You have to be the opposite. A lot of times you hear people say, you got to become the best version of you. Why? So if a cat is a drug dealer and somebody says, you got to become the best version of you, he just heard, I got to up my drug game. Now I got to drive a goddamn Rolls Royce. I got to have people speaking in Spanish, selling drugs in Spanish. I got to have Haitian brothers. He's going to just magnify the filth when you should tell people to be the opposite of what they are. If you are a skinny cat and you want to get built, what do you have to do? Work out.
Right.
There's some work that you put in. If you are a cat and you overweight and you want to lose weight, you have to work out to be the opposite of what you are. Telling people that they need to be the better version of themselves only keeps them in the same state they're in. You'll just be eating more Twinkies. Go ahead.
It's like Yahanna, it's like the statement that I hear people say that I hate so much, especially when it's Israel.
Right.
When they say, live your best life.
Yeah.
Because your best life could be smoking crack for you.
Right. That's right.
And
Yeah.
so they're telling you that they don't give a damn about you. Live your best life. If living your best life is smoking crack and having unprotected sex and doing all these, that could be a person's life and they're killing themselves.
Right.
The Christian church will tell you to do these. The Christian church will tell you to be happy.
Yeah, they're condoning it.
Right.
They condone it. Oh, don't worry about it. Only God knows your heart. Okay. You know, again, if you told a pedophile that, he can go in church and be like, you know what? God knows I don't want to do it. He knows I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The church and politics give you that caveat. They give you that door and that
Right.
window right there, that little crack, just to be like, well, I'm doing this, and you know, hey, just listen, just forgive me because God knows my heart. He knows my intentions are good. But that's what happens when your eyes open. You can see lies coming ahead of time, and you can also see the filth of your own. Keep going with that precept, please.
Come.
Yep.
Take it from the top.
No, keep going with it.
Come. The Lord raises them that are that are bowed down.
The Lord raises them that are bowed down, in that lowest position. One of these brothers is down and out. That's what we do. The Lord raises you up.
Right.
That's how we come into the school. We were once in a low state, just like Adam, in a low state. And then he was raised up to probably do one of the most egregious and strenuous jobs of all time. You understand? That's what happens when we come in here. When you decide to turn your face to the Lord, you get raised up. Keep going.
Come. The Lord loveth the righteous.
Yep, keep going. Verse 9.
The Lord, verse 9. The Lord preserveth the strangers.
You're Biden and you're all these strangers, they're gonna be preserved. What does that mean? They're gonna be put to the side, right? Like right now, they're already put to the side because they're out there. We're only talking about them to wake up the dead and to bring more people in here. They're gonna put them to the side for a moment because there's a bigger plan coming, and we all know this because we read Revelations about he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
That's right.
They're gonna be there up until we get to do that. So right here, they just sit on the side. Keep going.
Come. He reliveth the father of
Relieve. Mm-hmm.
He relieveth the fatherless and widow.
So for you people that are fatherless, widowed, which is a real thing, nobody's gonna forget about you. Nobody can. Scriptures say, be ye fathers to the fatherless for us brothers in here.
Right.
You see a lot of stepfathers around, not that many stepmoms, and that's no knock against a mom, but a lot of times How many sisters gonna come in and take care of your kids willingly and be like, yeah, I'm a stepmother? Nobody's, come on. But that father, that authoritative figure, which is kind of what the essence of what we're talking about here is, he's able to guide you in a way, just like how the Most High guides us. So we see children out there. We have children in this class all the time when they come to the feast days. This brother here, there's a couple, Hadar. You know what I mean? So if something were to ever happen to these brothers, they have figures to look forward to, and to look up to. And we guide them in the same way that you would in the event that you're not here. And same as the widow. She's grieving, she doesn't have anybody, she feels like she's alone, she's suffering from that demon of loneliness. You'll never feel alone in here.
Right.
Never. Because this is not that type of party. At church you feel alone because nobody could ever remotely, what's the word I'm looking for? They could never remotely feel the way you do because they're not with you to begin with. So that's why you feel like that. They can't attach themselves or identify with what you're going through because they hate you anyway. They don't know what brotherhood and sisterhood is in there. You can't go to them and go, hey, sis, I need some help, something. Girl, not now, girl. You can't go in there to a brother, hey, brother, I need some help. No, when do you need the money by? You know.
Right.
You ask a brother for $5 in the church, man, good night. They want to know when you're giving it back. You gotta have to double it. I would give you my last $5. Man, nigga, keep it. I don't even want it now. I gotta hear a goddamn speech about it. Keep going.
God. But the way of the wicked he turneth upside down.
He's gonna turn this place upside down, man. And we doing it right now. For those people that voted before, we turning that little spirit that you have inside of you that wants to go and vote and go stand in the line in the goddamn cold or whatever the weather condition is. That little demon inside of you makes you feel, when you come in here and you start hearing what the Lord actually said, it makes you feel uncomfortable. That's what upside down is, essentially. It makes you feel some type of way, because you want to rebel against it so bad. You want to have a reason to rebel. Well, what about this? And you follow man, but you don't follow Christ. Find something to just, everything you can think of to throw at us. Because that demon is doing cartwheels in there, because it wants to, that demon wants to kill you, right? And when you come in here and you hear what the Lord has to say, it wants you to leave because it's going to kill you. In here, we're here to heal you and to save you, which is the essence of what election day really is. It's a day where people think they're going to be saved and they're not going to be saved. You're going to die, which is why this class is called Vote and Die. Not vote or die, vote and die.
All right.
Keep going.
God, verse 10. The Lord shall reign forever.
Shall reign for when?
Forever.
For when?
Forever.
When is the election? The president, he's in the office for 4 years, right?
Right.
And then he gets reelected again, right?
Right.
He can't get reelected again.
After that,
So
right.
that cat got 8 years.
Right.
The Lord's reign is forever. That's more than 8 years. That's more than 16.
Right.
When you elect to come into the truth, the Lord's reign, his term, is forever. Keep going.
God. Even thy God, O Zion, unto all generations.
Unto all generations. So it's me, if I decide to have another kid or more kids, that generation, because they'll follow the truth. Because now we got kids in here who we don't have to unlearn them to Christmas.
Right.
Like I believe Cassia, you said that Saturday, right? When we talking about, oh no, not Cassia, no. I think it might have been you, Charles. Yeah.
God.
We don't say what you said on Saturday.
God. We're watching the new generation
Right.
that's being born in the truth, not having to unlearn birthdays or unlearn Christmas or
Right.
unlearn any of the wicked ways that they would have been doing
Right.
that we were doing.
Right.
And they just only know the truth. They see the heathens as separate from us.
Right.
And they know what they're supposed to do, and they're trained up from the beginning in the way that they should go.
Exactly.
And we know that they won't depart from it.
That's right. Exactly, man. That's a beautiful thing. Most of us now, we came in late.
Right.
But better late than never.
Right.
But yes, do we have to unlearn birthdays? And do we have to unlearn tuna and all?
Kano.
Yeah, it sucks. But damn, I'd rather be righteous and clean than unrighteous and dirty.
Right.
What the hell is tuna to the kingdom? Nothing, man. Like it's just tuna. It ain't that big of a deal. Birthdays are not that big of a deal.
That's right.
You still gonna get old and decrepit any damn way. When I see people online talking about their birthday, they're trying to preserve their youth by changing what the birthday is, right? So it used to be a time where people go, hey, I'm celebrating my birthday. Like, okay, cool. Then it became birthday weekend.
Right.
Then it's now birthday week, the
Right.
birthday month. Now they celebrating the whole goddamn zodiac sign. Oh,
Right.
it's Taurus season, y'all. Turn up for 2
Right.
months.
Right.
It's Taurus season for 2. You gonna turn up for 2 months? They trying to preserve that feeling of wanting to be worshipped.
Right.
Even with now, they changing how age looks. I see somebody put, oh man, chapter 45. Chapter?
Right.
Just because you put the word chapter in front of your age don't mean that. They think it's just 45. No, it's
Right.
45.
Right.
Let me hit Cassie out for a
Got
second.
it, got it.
Go ahead, Cassie.
Or Salakia, sir, when they say 40 is the new 20. Or
No, yeah, 40 is the new 40.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe 40.
Yeah, stop lying.
You're 45. Sir.
Right.
You're 45.
Right.
Right.
It feels like 45. It is 45.
Right.
I don't remember waking up in no damn pain in 20. 45 is the new 45. That's just
No,
where it
no.
is. Go ahead, Charles.
And what you were saying was so heavy because it is that feeling of superiority. Come and worship me. You know, the highest holy day in the Luciferian church or the Luciferian religion is the birthday because it's celebration or deifying oneself.
The worshiping of a person.
Exactly. You are the most important person in the world according to the Luciferian religion.
Right, which is the reason why you will get upset if you plan something and somebody doesn't show up.
Right.
You get upset if somebody didn't say happy birthday.
Right.
Because that's your day to be worshipped. And God forbid that somebody doesn't acknowledge you on this day. You know how many households black men are getting kicked out because they didn't say happy birthday to their kid?
Right.
That nigga,
Right.
if you a dad right now, man, and you listen, if you don't want to be put on the couch for saying happy birthday, come on in here
That's right.
and stand on your square as a man and teach your kids it's unlawful.
Right.
Don't get put out the house for 2 words and shit. But just don't do it. Somebody says Salaki on the phone. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, this person Pastor Yahanna. So all you gotta do get the young man to read Proverbs 22 verse 6 because you know what I'm saying because we were trained to okay we have to do this. You know what I'm saying? We have to vote for what? You know what I'm saying? You always have to vote, celebrate Christmas, celebrate Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? All that was for you know what I'm saying, blacks, Hispanics, and American people for a demise and now. You know what I'm saying? You can get that young man Charles, but whatever, Proverbs 22 and 6.
Yeah, we're gonna get it.
Come.
We're gonna get it. Proverbs 22 and 6. You didn't have it in the past? No, you got it. No, I got it, brother. No sweat. Go ahead, young man Charles. You got it. I got it.
Then the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
Yep.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Right. Train them up the way they should go, man. Tell them right now that birthdays and Christmas. Let's stop lying to our damn children.
Right.
Let's do that. That's the moral. That's the moral of the story. Stop lying to your children, telling them that voting matters and that their vote is going to change the world. Stop telling them birthdays are, it's cool. Christmas is real.
Tooth fairy.
Christmas, the tooth fairy. It's all nonsense, man.
Right.
And we grow up from a child, adolescent, then you adult, and you still following the same damn traditions that you did as a kid.
That's right.
As a child, you're playing with toys and it's nonsense. You're dressing up for Halloween.
Right.
Ask Takeoff about that. You can't ask him because he's gone.
Right.
You want to go out and celebrate Halloween. Bad things happen on unholy nights.
Right.
Nothing good
That's
happens
right.
on Halloween. Are you insane? A bunch of masked retards are go outside and commit crimes and shoot people and rape women and all the nasty stuff because that's what the night is for.
Right.
Ghouls and goblins and all that horrible stuff, and you outside in it, thinking that it's just fun. It's not fun. A man got shot over a dice game, which is not really the essence of why he got shot. He got shot because Christians and people outside of here don't have no damn brotherhood.
That's right.
That's why he was killed.
That's right.
But that's the problem, man. You put that childish stuff behind, man. But that was an amazing precept. Let me get it was one that I seen too, as far as those that Black Lives Matter and all these people. I want to address these people coming out to the polls tonight because I know why you're voting. You're voting because you think some change is gonna happen and it's not. Let me get Lamentations 4:17.
Come.
You looking for Joe Biden? Counselor, did you find that video when he called black people super predators?
So I can look into it.
All right, no problem. If you do find it, throw it up on the Atlanta page. All right. Lamentations 4:17. You got it, Joe?
Come.
All right, go ahead and read it, brother.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us,
Right.
our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
Our eyes have failed, man. Okay. That vain help you looking for. I got you. Hold on one second. Hold your peace. That vain help, it ain't coming, man. We look to our oppressor to help us. That'll be like a slave looking towards a slave master to help him. It's not happening. And I know you watch a lot of movies where they say, oh, well, the good white people help the slaves. Show me where they were at.
Right.
Because a good white man would not help a slave escape. A good white man would end the tyranny of slavery.
That's right.
No different from your politician. If he knows that your condition is of a captivity, why wouldn't he try to change it? Why wouldn't he try to take you out of it?
Right.
But instead, he'll keep you in it, which is why the prison numbers have gone up. There are more prisons than colleges today. It's two places that fill up more for us in the community. It's a cemetery and a prison.
Right.
But yet you think your vote is going to matter. It is not. Keep going.
Khan. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
We're watching for a nation that can't save us. And if you think this precept is talking about something else, but prove to me that it is talking about somebody else.
Right.
We the only people that, we were at camp, right? For those of y'all that's online on the conference call, right? We were at camp on Saturday, okay? And the Lord was about to perform a miracle right before the eyes of every black and Hispanic out there, right? So this so-called white man gets down and he wants to apologize to the descendants of slaves. And guess who showed up to save him?
Sambo,
a slave. A black man came over there out of nowhere, because I didn't even see where the hell he was coming from. He came over there, picked him up, said, hey man, you ain't gotta do that, man. Hey man, he ain't do nothing to y'all. He's saving him. Because in that black man's mind, that same cat that he's picking up, he thinks is gonna save him. Because if he was kneeling down in front of somebody if that black man was kneeling down in front of the police and is about to get shot, that so-called white man ain't coming to pick him up off the ground and save him. He's not gonna come save him. We have to stop looking towards a other nation of people to save us, which is what voting is. You thinking about voting, you're putting your stock in your nation's hands into somebody else's hand, who you think is gonna save you. They have never saved us in any part of an election. If anybody wants to challenge it, Google anything that has to do with a president or a congressman that did anything to save black people. You will not find it. And let me get some proof of that, right? Because I was talking about Obama earlier. Now, if you Google, if you want to on your own time, the Washington Post released this article. It says, after 8 years, here are the promises Obama kept and the ones that he didn't. Here's something very interesting, right? Let me just go scroll to it real fast. Expand hate crime statutes. That was a promise that Obama was going to keep and give us, right? Something about hate crimes, right? Obama signed a bill in 2009 that expanded the definition of hate crimes to include those against LGBTQ individuals. Now, I don't know if anybody else in here has seen The World, but are gay homosexuals being killed at an alarming rate? No, they're not. Black people are, Hispanics are, Native Americans are, but where in the blue hell is our crime bill? Obama signed one, but not for us. So in order for you to be protected in this crime bill, black man or woman, you gotta be gay. And even then, that still might not save you, because they lynched the guy behind Walmart maybe a couple years back. Didn't save him. That's what Obama did. Let me get one more for you, right? Just because. Like I said again, it's on the Washington Post website. You can see it for yourself. I'm not lying about this at all. Obama, they say he kept about 8 of these promises, but it was like 17 of them that he promised. Yeah. So, okay. Promises. Okay. He had 11 promises that he kept, but he broke 17 of them. He broke 17 promises, right? So when you go on this, I'm not going to harp on this too much, but I wanted to bring that one out so that way we can illustrate this next verse in verse 17. Go ahead, young man Charles. Read Lamentations 4:17.
Come. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17.
Right.
As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
Right.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Keep going.
They hunt our steps.
They do what?
They hunt our steps.
Keep going.
That we cannot go in our streets.
Who does that remind you of? Trayvon Martin,
Come.
Eric Gardner,
Come.
Sandra Bland.
Right.
You can't even go in your they hunt our steps. You can't even go into your own, it says that we cannot go into our streets.
Right.
We can't go in our streets. Keep going.
Our end is near.
Listen, every day we go outside, we that much close to death. We're that much close. Keep going.
Our days are fulfilled.
The days are numbered here. They're numbered. They're very short. Especially if you are of this nation, Blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans. There's no other nation on the planet of people that go through what we go through. When your days are numbered. A so-called white man feels so fulfilled in life because he thinks that his life is everlasting, and it is. Because once he dies and croaks over, his son and daughter are going to inherit whatever wealth and supremacy and privilege that he has because of his bloodline. His days are not numbered. His days are going to be long and glorious in his eyes because of where he sits in this earth. Keep going.
Come. For our end is come.
For our end is come. It's coming. You keep voting out there, black man and woman. Go ahead to your polls and vote for anybody you think is Obama, the next coming of Christ in your eyes. Keep going to a nation that can't save us, and Obama is from another nation too. And you put all your hope and your heart into him and it failed, right?
Right.
You're voting for the things that are destroying us as a nation. What's next? They're going to legalize prostitution? Too late, they done it. It's called OnlyFans.
Right.
Congrats. So much goddamn change. So much difference now. So now, you went from prostituting on the corner, and now you're prostituting online. Where the hell is the difference? It ain't none. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, Salaki, it's legal in Vegas.
It's legal in Vegas, right.
Right.
Like, come on, man. The scriptures say don't prostitute thy daughters of it. Give me that, Kasia. You know what I'm talking about?
Come.
The very things that you vote for are against the Bible. Because in one instance, it's telling you not to kill. The Bible is. And then, hey, here's an act that allows you to abort kids. There's the killing part. Pedophiles are going to get it next. You think that LGBTQ thing is going to, listen, if they could find more letters to add to it, they will. And P is next for pedophilia because pedo is the love of a child. Okay?
Right.
That's what it means. So they can go in the same thing, they can say the same exact thing that the homosexual community says. They say love is love.
Right.
So what's the difference between incest now and pedophilia? Because they feel like love is love too, whether you're loving a cat, your own brother, your sister, and a child. They're gonna fight for the rights too. They vote too. They'll legalize that pretty soon. You got that, Charles?
Come.
Go ahead, bro.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 17.
Yeah.
There shall be no whores
Yeah.
of the daughters of Israel,
Yeah.
nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
We know what sodomites are, right?
Right.
Okay. But what did Obama do? He made it possible for that to exist.
Right.
He went against it. Go ahead, Kasia.
It's like, I don't want, the one specific to what you were asking for.
Yeah.
In
No,
Leviticus,
you're good.
Leviticus 19 and 29,
Yeah.
do not prostitute thy daughter
Right.
to cause her to be a whore,
Right.
lest the land fall to whoredom,
Right.
and the land become full of wickedness.
Right. And that's what's happening here right now. But when we're teaching to not be that, there's somebody else somewhere out here that's saying, her body, her choice.
Right.
We're not saying that in here.
That's right.
You understand? Like, what? I thought your body was a temple. I thought it belonged to the Lord.
That's right.
But when you take it into your own hands, it ain't no different from my brother either. But when you break it down like that, now all of a sudden, you're in the business for yourself, and you're not in the business of this, because these two are not synonymous. The world is against this, and if you are of the world, you are against it too. Go ahead,
That's
Apostle.
right.
Okay, yeah, it's lucky. Okay, for the right now, okay, Proverbs 10:30. You know what I'm saying? We people that, you know what I'm saying, we too lovely to give kindness to, you know what I'm saying, the other nation of people, man. We ain't trying to do no harm, you know what I'm saying? We just trying to, you know what I'm saying, drive through, they're looking so, fuck that shit. Drive through looking so, you know what I'm saying, drive through grocery store, you know what I'm saying? Work 2 or 3 jobs, you know what I'm saying, to feed our family, you know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to cause no harm to nobody, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you had watched these shows like The Boys in the Hood, Ministry of Society, you know what I'm saying? You watch all these killing and murders, movies and shows, man, it's right here in the Bible. Got it for you when you're ready.
Go ahead, you can read it.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 30. Strive not with a man without a cause, if he have done thee no harm. We ain't did no harm. What, pretty well apart. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to damn find what his dad is at. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing no cause or no evil or no murder and death.
Right,
Guess what that George Zimmerman did? You know what I'm saying? He got off right there.
right,
Damn, like Eric Gardner shit. He didn't understand what was going on, but he watched those damn Scarface and Godfather films.
That's right.
right,
How to beat like the people who oppress us.
right,
You know, choked out over some cigarettes, trying to sell some cigarettes.
right,
Out of these rappers. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Selling weed. Disgracing our people. You know what I'm saying? Pouring out our damn women. I'm gonna read it too, and I'm gonna get on that, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Get that real quick.
Go ahead, Cassius.
Well,
I mean,
call.
Apostle.
If he had done no harm, verse 31, not thou to oppress him, and choose none his ways.
Right.
That's it right there.
That's right. Most High in Christ, the water, brother. Yeah, choose not his ways. One of the ways of the oppressor is voting. That's voting. Beating your woman up. That's an oppressor way. You understand? It's unlawful. Somebody taught us how to be disgusting. We didn't just wake up like that. Read the Willie Lynch letter if you don't believe me or believe us. It's a real thing. Choose none of his ways. Christmas, birthdays, smoking weed. That is not Israelite custom at all. And if you think for a solitary second that you voting today means that you have some goddamn freedom, then ask yourself a question. Do you have freedom of speech? Because you don't. A black man is getting lynched publicly in front of us named Kyrie Irving for something that he didn't even say. But somehow you think you're free. You don't even have the freedom of speech. You can't vote and say that you serve the Lord. You can't. There's no way that you can do it because somebody's over you.
That's right.
And you can't serve two masters. Give me that too. Give me Matthew 6:24.
Come.
Questions in the room? Online? Oh, Kasiak?
And so like that one, you know, what you're doing is bringing out things that our people, if they were to be honest with themselves,
Right.
if their children say to them, well, when you voted, what did you see change?
Right.
You can't tell them anything. You have to lie to them.
Right.
You can't go back and say, okay, well, here's what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Here is what changed in my life. So coming to them very practical with it, they're still not grasping it because what it is they don't truly believe in the Most High.
No.
They don't believe in Christ.
Right.
So because they believe in neither our Lord and Savior, because they don't, voting is what they lean towards.
Right.
And it's in the Christian church is to blame for that. They haven't taught you who Christ is, so therefore the Christian church will tell you, well, get out there and vote. Get out there. Well, aren't you supposed to be the change?
Right.
Right.
And they not. Get that brother hand. I like that answer. Cassiano, you said you're not teaching them all? Cassiano, let me say this before I have Charles read this, right? Cassiano got this class, man, right? What's it called, Cassiano? The Christian Church is the real trap house?
Come on, come.
It's this
That's
flyer,
right.
man. They got cocaine. What's the little bread thing that they eat? The little
Right, it's
Communion.
The communion.
yeah, the
bread.
communion bread,
Right.
dice it up as cocaine,
Right.
razors, and then the money that's in the collection plate is rolled up sniff the coke.
Absolutely.
Most High in Christ. Cassiano will be doing that class next Wednesday?
Correct, sir.
Law class next Wednesday. You know, the church is the real trap house. Y'all better
That's
not
right.
miss it, man.
Right.
And that is going to be glorious. And I will definitely tune in at my slavery because
Absolutely.
I got to rock out with all y'all brothers in y'all classes, all right? So, yeah, back to the scripture. Give me Matthew 6:24. And this is the reason
Kinda-
why you can't say that you love the Lord and vote. Go ahead.
Khan. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 24. No man can serve two masters.
You can't. There's no way. You can't go out and vote because you're serving a master to do it because he asked you to do it. And you can't be like, oh, well, I love the Lord. The love of the Lord is to go not vote.
Right.
But you're serving your Biden master by going out. He said it. Obama said, go out and vote, and you did it.
That's right.
Go cast your vote, and you did it. Stand in line, you did it. Vote early, you did it. You serving that master, but you say that you serve our master. You can't serve the two. Go ahead.
For either he will hate the one
Mhm.
and love the other.
You pastors and you politicians and everybody, I'll put it like this. You Georgia voters, you hate the Lord,
That's right.
but you love Stacey Abrams and Warnock and Herschel Walker and
Right.
Biden and whoever the hell else is on the bill. You love them more because you're going to go out and stand in the line for 5 hours to check a box so that way they can provide you with whatever you thought you needed inside of your community.
That's right.
When you should have, based on what we brought out earlier, is trust in the Lord
Right.
to do that for you. Where is your vote for the Lord? You don't have it. How do you cast a vote for the Lord? You come your behind in the class.
That's
You
right.
understand? The Lord ain't say stay on the line out there. Come in
Right.
here. It's warm in here. We have water and juice and all this other stuff. But this is what's going to help our condition and our people. This is the campaign. I understand? Go ahead, keep going.
Khan. Salakia. Or else he will hold to one and despise the other.
Oh, they holding on to massive, boy. They holding on. I'm massive. No, Lord, take away my taxes and lower my rent, Lord.
Right.
They hold on to the oppressor like he's the Lord. They hold, that's a tight hold too, because they don't let go. Go tell a person at your job, whoever it is, tell them how ridiculous voting is. Ask them, has anything changed? And they'll tell you what? Here's what they'll tell you. Well, it ain't just the mayor vote, you gotta vote for your congressman. And then when you say, well, what the hell the congressman did? They keep lowering the tier. Oh, well, you gotta elect officials in your neighborhood.
Right.
Somebody told me one time, right, and I'm breaking this down, maybe like, hold, give me 1 second, hold on, Pop. They breaking this down to me, right? I go, okay, so you said it ain't about the mayor, it's about the congressman. And I'm talking about the congressman, they keep lowering the bar. This woman said, well, yeah, you gotta vote for your neighborhood watch. My neighborhood watch? Oh, no, it's the lady, she lives on the street. She went from the goddamn president to the Senate, to the mayor, congressman, chairman, neighborhood watch. It starts with the neighborhood watch.
You can vote for that?
Yeah. It's a bunch of scared people in the house going, yeah, man, we need to watch the streets. Because that vote is important too. Because all of them, when she was breaking down, I wish I was making this up. I wish I was making it up. Voting for the guy that, go ahead, Napash.
Yeah, precept, what we saying right there, know what I'm saying? You're hitting it right there. Okay, everybody got it? Well, okay. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 15, everybody got it?
Yeah, we brought that one out, Napash. We got that one already.
Right.
Yeah, okay, slump.
No sweat, brother. I know you want it. We brought that one out.
Right.
There ain't no sweat. Go ahead, Charles.
Salakia, sir, I have a precept, if I may.
What you got?
Isaiah chapter 43 and verse 11.
It's on this topic.
Khan,
Let me hear
sir. It says, I am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior.
Mm-hmm.
So on the topic, we're looking to Stacey Abrams, we're looking to Warnock, we're looking to all these people to save us.
Mm-hmm.
But the Most High told you explicitly, there's no savior beside him.
I get what you're saying. It's on it, but not to that context. I'll break it down for you after class. Ain't no problem though.
Come.
You still got what's the name for me? Matthew 6:24.
Come.
All right, go ahead.
Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yet ye cannot serve God and mammon.
Does anybody know what the word mammon means? Charles.
Salakia, money.
Money, wealth.
Right.
That's what happens when you are voting, because everything that they say to you is of something of wealth. Hold your point apart. Everything that they say is of wealth and money, which is what pastors do. They tell you, hey man, why don't you put some money in here? Every damn week is a building fund. Yet they don't even build nothing.
Right.
The church looks the same goddamn way it did when you were 6. And it hasn't, you in there with the Martin Luther King fan, with the Rosa Parks, the popsicle stick. All of your money is going to somewhere. It's going to build something, but it's not building that church.
That's right.
At all. Your building fund money is going to that Rolls Royce, that ugly green leaf suit that pastor's wearing,
Right.
and to his woman's wigs.
Right.
That's where it's going. That's why they look fresh and fly. What is a payroll for a pastor? What is he making?
Right.
He making something. He's getting free money every goddamn week.
Come.
Right.
The politicians too. Your tax dollars.
That's right.
That's where it's going to. Go ahead, Kasi, I know you had something going.
Sir, what you're bringing out is leading to this particular precept, I believe, Proverbs 29:2.
Let me hear it.
Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority,
Right.
Come on.
the people rejoice.
Right.
Come.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
The
Right.
people mourn. So let me ask the voters online who are watching this tonight. Do you feel happy, or are you and your people mourning? They're probably mourning. There's a dad somewhere on child support. He's about to lose his car and his job, and he's going to be at that gas station asking me for honey buns next week because of this system that we're in, right? There's a sister somewhere that's being denied supplies for food, whether that be via WIC or food stamps, because she makes too much. But her means of having money don't even cover the means of what's in the house.
Right.
All of us in here, at some point in time, have had multiple jobs. Are we living easily, or more easy because we have more jobs? Hell no.
Right.
It would seem as if you make the same amount. It seems like you make the same amount. You can have 3 jobs collectively. All that money equals $1,500 to $1,700 after taxes. Your mortgage or whatever you at, your rent is $1,300.
Right.
You got $400 to spend, $100 on food, lights, your phone bill, and after you're done working and slaving hard all day, you have what, roughly $55 to hold on to? And then we ain't talking about gas.
Right.
And why are we in this condition? Because you keep voting.
Right.
Your vote, yeah, it counts as it pertains to elevating a certain nation's status, but your vote is not helping to elevate our status. It's not. Because if it is, we wouldn't be in this room right now. We'd be standing in the goddamn line, ready to cast the vote. Change is coming, change.
Right.
There is no change coming. The only change that you need is in here. This in here is the greatest place that I've ever been a part of in my life, because it made me religious in the sense that I'm spiritually wealthy.
Right.
I get to chill and hang out with brothers and sisters. Nobody's here to harm me. Nobody's here to juke me or rob me of anything. Out there, though, they are.
Right.
Regardless to whether I vote or not. Because that's the essence of the brotherhood class. It's to teach you where you're wrong, why you're wrong, and why you should change.
Right.
That's what brotherhood is. And don't get it confused. There's a sister in the class. Because I know somewhere online, well, what about the sisters? There's one in here.
Right.
Brotherhood is just the title of the class. Because if I said the word mankind, am I just talking about men? No, I'm talking about every goddamn body.
That's right.
So don't be simple-minded to think that, oh, it's just for the men. It's for all of our people. All of us.
Right.
You only got two options outside of here. You're gonna vote or you're gonna die. Period. All right? Questions online? Class? What you got, Cassia?
Excellent class, sir.
The water, you ready?
Come.
What, Nafash, you got something?
Okay, piggyback everything you're saying. I'm reading off these, you know what I'm saying, these precepts off that, you know what I'm saying. It don't matter how much we vote or, you know what I'm saying, we create all these better things. It be somehow some laws, we'll watch it from yesterday's class.
Right.
Or I'll say, y'all, you know what I'm saying, they will find a way to persecute it, you know what I'm saying, and take away from you. Is under apocryphal. The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 25.
Go ahead.
My children, suffer patiently with the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High. Cause we didn't, you know what I'm saying, we spiritual people, you know what I'm saying, we didn't follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. That's why we would be, you know what I'm saying, that's why we at the position that we in right now, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
We have to worry about child support, worry about, you know what I'm saying, we got to smooth talk our women for them damn, the damn food stamps. I'm gonna keep going that when you in a class, for die, enemy have persecuted thee. You already persecuted, you know what I'm saying? They leave you there, you know what I'm saying? Okay, damn. Got paralyzed. Okay, I'm in the Stone Mountain. It used to be the former KKK headquarters.
Right.
We ran them out in the 80s.
Right.
Apparently, it's right outside of Stone Mountain. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, some of y'all were taking home when y'all do that right turn on Rock Ridge. It's on the other side, the left.
Right.
It was a hit. It was a city hidden in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can step outside your house. So you step outside your house right now, you see nothing but the sky. But at Pine Lake, they have a lake there, and if you go up, going to Pine Lake, well, it's not dog block, but we can go there all the time with the young puppy. All you gotta do is look up. You see nothing but trees. You see a lake. You see a damn tennis court, basketball court.
Right.
You see a club and lounge.
Right.
There. Hidden, within Pine Lake. That was a hidden city. That was a hidden city, you know what I'm saying, for black, for Hispanics. And when you hit in the woods, you can tell. You go in there, you see a design for that.
Right.
Well, you know what I'm saying, I'm going by precepts and
We over the time, Nafash. You gotta have to break that out next class.
I'm just read the scripture and that's it.
No, we're gonna Nafash, we're gonna get it at the next class. We gotta close out, brother. All right.
No, so I'm gonna get the two scriptures and that's it.
No. Just get it tomorrow at the next class, and we go over the time. Just do it at the next class, brother. All right.
Alright, go.
All right, solid, brother. And with that, pass the class on to Precinct Officer Cassia.
Shalom, Israel. These are the I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other.
Right.
After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 to 21, Malachi 3, 8 to 10. means tenth in the Hebrew, Ma'ashera. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. It's a free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. The next upcoming Holy Convocation is the Feast of Dedications, Hanukkah, which is Saturday, the 17th of December, for the period of 8 days, coming out of the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 to 61. Any Akim, or any of the brothers who wish to be a part of the school and become a trooper in the school, you must come in and start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that said, we're going to give the teacher a one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amijim, which means to stand. Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah. What we just said was, may the Most High bless you in the name of Christ. There's no sisters in the class. Yazbatai, which means hands down, class dismissed.